For most of human history, manipulation required effort. If someone wanted to influence your decisions, they had to study you, observe you, understand your weaknesses, and interact with you directly. That process was slow, expensive, and often unreliable. Today, something has changed. For the first time in history, there are systems capable of learning about millions of people simultaneously. Systems that can analyze behavior, predict preferences, and adapt their strategies in real time. These systems don't need sleep, they don't get tired, and they don't forget. Most people think artificial intelligence is primarily changing how we work, search, and create. But behind the convenience lies a much bigger story. Because AI isn't just learning how to understand humans, it's learning how to influence them. The idea that AI could manipulate people sounds like science fiction. It brings to mind images of rogue robots, secret government projects, or futuristic dystopias. But the reality is far less dramatic and, in many ways, far more concerning. The most effective forms of influence don't feel like manipulation at all. They feel helpful, personalized, convenient. That's what makes this topic so fascinating. The question isn't whether AI can affect human behavior. It already does. The real question is how much influence we're experiencing without realizing it. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that many of your recent decisions weren't entirely your own. The videos you watched, the products you bought, the opinions you formed, and even the emotions you experienced had been subtly shaped by systems that understood your psychology better than you did. Most people would find that unsettling. Yet something similar is already happening, not because AI is controlling minds, but because it excels at something humans have always struggled to resist: personalized persuasion. 1. The most powerful thing AI learned. When people think about artificial intelligence, they usually focus on its ability to generate text, create images, or answer questions. But one of AI's most valuable abilities is pattern recognition. AI systems can analyze enormous amounts of information and identify patterns that would be impossible for a human to notice. Every click, pause, swipe, search, purchase, and interaction becomes data. Individually, these actions seem meaningless. Together, they create a surprisingly detailed picture of who you are. What captures your attention? What frustrates you? What excites you? What keeps you engaged? In other words, AI is becoming increasingly skilled at understanding human behavior. And understanding behavior has always been the first step toward influencing it. 2. The attention economy. Human attention has become one of the most valuable resources on the planet. Every platform, advertiser, and content creator competes for it. The longer they keep your attention, the more valuable you become. This is where AI enters the picture. Algorithms constantly analyze which content makes people stay, click, react, and return. Over time, they become remarkably effective at predicting what will keep users engaged. The problem is that human attention doesn't always respond to what is healthy, useful, or accurate. It often responds to what is emotional, surprising, controversial, or fear-inducing. AI isn't necessarily optimizing for truth, it's optimizing for engagement. And those two goals are not always aligned. 3. Why personalization changes everything. Traditional advertising worked like a billboard beside a highway. Everyone saw the same message. AI changes that completely. Modern systems can personalize experiences at a scale never before possible. Two people using the same platform may encounter entirely different realities, different recommendations, different headlines, different videos, different narratives. The content adapts to the individual. This makes influence significantly more powerful because personalized messages feel more relevant. Humans naturally pay greater attention to information that appears connected to their interests and experiences. The more personalized the message becomes, the harder it is to recognize where influence ends and independent choice begins. 4. The psychology of prediction. One of the strangest aspects of AI is its ability to predict behavior before people consciously recognize their own intentions. Researchers have repeatedly found that human decisions often follow patterns. Certain emotions lead to certain actions. Certain situations produce predictable responses. AI systems excel at detecting these relationships. This doesn't mean they can read minds, but they don't need to. If a system understands what people similar to you tend to do next, it can make surprisingly accurate predictions. And once behavior becomes predictable, influencing it becomes much easier. 5. The feedback loop trap. Here's where things become especially interesting. Most people assume AI simply responds to behavior. In reality, it often shapes future behavior as well. Imagine a recommendation system showing content based on your interests. You engage with that content. The system learns from your engagement and provides more of it. Over time, your environment becomes increasingly tailored to your existing preferences. This creates a feedback loop. The system influences what you see, and what you see influences who you become. The process is gradual, which is precisely why it often goes unnoticed. 6. The emotional advantage. Humans like to think of themselves as rational decision makers. Psychology tells a different story. Emotions play a massive role in shaping choices. Fear captures attention. Anger increases engagement. Curiosity drives exploration. Validation creates attachment. AI systems don't experience these emotions themselves, but they can identify when humans do. More importantly, they can learn which content consistently triggers emotional reactions. This creates a powerful incentive structure. Content that generates stronger emotional responses often receives more visibility because it keeps people engaged. The result is an environment where emotional influence can spread faster than careful reflection. 7. The illusion of complete freedom. One reason AI-driven influence is so effective is that people rarely feel manipulated. Manipulation traditionally evokes images of pressure, coercion, or deception. AI influence operates differently. It often presents options rather than commands, suggestions rather than orders, recommendations rather than demands. This preserves the feeling of autonomy. People remain convinced they are acting entirely on their own preferences. Sometimes they are, but sometimes those preferences have already been shaped by thousands of subtle interactions occurring behind the scenes. The most effective influence doesn't remove choice. It quietly structures the environment in which choices are made. 8. Why humans are especially vulnerable. The human brain evolved in a world very different from today's digital landscape. Our attention systems developed to handle small communities, limited information, and direct social interactions. They did not evolve to process endless streams of personalized content optimized by machine learning systems. As a result, many of our psychological vulnerabilities become easier to exploit. Confirmation bias, social validation, emotional contagion, and novelty seeking all become entry points for influence. AI didn't create these weaknesses. It simply became exceptionally good at identifying them. 9. The future of persuasion. Historically, persuasion required understanding large groups of people. The future may involve understanding individuals. Imagine systems capable of tailoring messages not just to broad demographics, but to specific personalities, emotional states, and behavioral tendencies. The technology is moving toward increasingly precise personalization. That doesn't automatically mean a dystopian future. AI can be used to educate, motivate, and support positive outcomes as well. The challenge is that the same tools capable of helping people can also be used to steer them in directions they might not fully understand. Like most technologies, the power itself is neutral. The intentions behind it are not. 10. The question most people never ask when people discuss AI. They usually ask what the technology can do. Can it write? Can it create? Can it replace jobs? Those questions matter. But another question may be even more important. What happens when machines become better at understanding human psychology than humans are? Not because they possess consciousness or wisdom, but because they can analyze behavior at a scale we never could. The answer to that question may shape the future more than any breakthrough in hardware or software. 11. What makes this different human beings have always influenced each other? Advertisers, politicians, marketers, and media organizations have spent decades trying to shape behavior. What makes AI different is the combination of speed, scale, and personalization. Never before has a technology been capable of learning from billions of interactions while continuously refining its understanding of human behavior. That capability changes the rules. Influence becomes faster, more precise, more adaptive, and often more invisible. Perhaps the most important thing to understand about AI-driven manipulation is that it rarely looks like manipulation. It looks like convenience. Relevance, personalization, efficiency, that's why the conversation matters. The greatest risk isn't that people become mind-controlled by machines. The greater risk is that influence becomes so seamless that it disappears into the background of everyday life. The truth is that AI is not a puppet master secretly pulling strings, but it is becoming increasingly skilled at understanding what captures human attention, what shapes human decisions, and what keeps people engaged. And maybe that's the real challenge. Not whether AI can think like humans, but whether it can learn to influence humans more effectively than humans influence themselves.